Welcome to Superintendent's Viewpoint. It's our pleasure today to interview the three secondary students who were chosen as Students of the Month. And we're going to start with the student from Beecher Junior High. And his name is Alexander Gillespie. And I think we should refer to you as Alex, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good, Alex. And you're in the 8th grade?
Yeah.
And Alex, you are the last student to be represented by the representative of Beecher Junior High, the last student to be interviewed. You're kind of making history in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to be moving into the new junior high, which is going to be called Hazel Park Junior High. And that's going to be, what, right after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So you only have, about 2-3 days left at Beecher.
Yeah.
What are your feelings going to be when you leave Beecher Junior High? Have you thought about that?
I haven't really thought about it yet. I'm not too sure what exactly my feeling is going to be like, but I'm sure I'll miss it, though.
Do you have any idea what you might miss at the old school?
I'm not sure. Probably just like the whole thing, just like because there's so many things that have happened there.
Yeah, you're right. Very good. There's always something that I think they call that nostalgia. You know, those feelings of when you've been a part of something for so long. Yeah, no doubt. There'll be some things I'm sure you'll miss, but probably not too many, because you've had a chance, obviously, to see the junior high from the outside.
Actually, I've been inside of it because I've been helping moving.
What do you think?
Oh, really? Yeah.
It's really nice, actually. It's like a really cool school. I mean, it looks like it's just so cool inside.
No kidding. So how many students have been able to get inside?
I'm not sure how many, but it's usually how many other people that the teachers want them to help.
Oh, so I imagine there's probably a lot of people that are willing to volunteer just so they could get in to see it.
Yeah.
Huh? Did you see the gymnasium?
I haven't got to go inside of it, but I got to look through them,
Okay.
at them through the windows.
What parts of the school have you seen? Have you seen the library?
No, actually I haven't. I've only gone in the cafeteria, seen the auditorium, and around to the lockers, and most of the classrooms on the first floor. I haven't really been up to the second floor that much.
No,
It's a lot more spacious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be the big difference between the new junior high. It's more modern, more spacious. It's going to be a lot of fun for you.
That junior high from the outside, when you drive by it looks like a high school.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah,
huge.
it really does. Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to be as spacious as what it is. I think it was designed to accommodate about, what, 700 students, Dr.
Yes.
Mayo? Yeah. Now, Dr. Mayo, when will the students, the first time that they're officially brought in, will they go right to class, or is there
January
gonna be,
6th.
and they'll start
half a
class?
day,
So
yes.
some students will walk in there without having seen the building before, and they'll be
Right.
start to schedule right away. It won't take them long to get adjusted to it.
I'm sure I'll get lost in it.
Yeah, you probably will get lost, because I know when students come from the junior high over to the high school the first few days, students get lost at the high school, so I'm sure, yeah, you may get lost, but it might be kind of fun to get lost.
Yeah.
What have the students, I know I've heard that a lot of the students have been helping the teachers pack and getting ready to move. Have you been one of those students? Have you been
Yeah.
helping out?
I was, actually just today I was helping Mr. Barnett pack most of his stuff and then taking it over to the new school.
Wow. That's going to be a lot of help, getting the books and
Yeah.
boxes first. Because that's something that we've done rather than hire a moving company. And if you did that, they would have to move in one day. And this is a different situation. We're doing it over a period of days. So you can get that smaller stuff over on your own, and then we'll be moving the bigger stuff, our maintenance people.
Are you helping Mr. Barnett after school or something, or during the day?
Actually, during the day, he calls like certain students out that he think would be good to help. And
Oh, he gets
we
you
just-
out of class?
Yeah.
There you go.
It's actually quite cool, you know.
You know, you tell him that I said, ask him how much he's paying you, okay?
Actually, we're not getting anything. That's the
Well,
one
you
brag
tell
card.
Mr. Barnett that I think he should be paying you out of his own pocket.
Okay.
You're doing his work. You tell him that. Okay. But at any rate, Alex, we talk to the architects a lot, and I'm sure they're biased, meaning I'm sure that they think theirs is always the best, that type of thing.
Yeah.
But all that being said, one of the architects, the last time we were out with him, made the statement that he thinks this is going to be, and he says, I've seen a lot of junior highs, the best, in terms of facility, the best junior high in Oakland County,
Oh.
and Oakland County being, considered a pretty wealthy county throughout the United States. Obviously, this got to be quite a school.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it for a while myself. I saw it when it was still in rather rough stages, you know. But tomorrow night, I guess. We're going to go in. Board of Education, everybody's going to come in to see it, so it'll be a lot of fun. Well, let's talk about some of your successes at Beecher Junior High. You first of all went to elementary school where?
Hoover.
Hoover. Yep, and then you went through there, obviously through the 6th grade, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you went to Beecher, and you're in the band, and you must have. How long have you been playing in the band?
Since the beginning of 6th grade.
Okay, and it says you're first chair. What instrument do you play?
I play the trumpet. Actually, I have a cornet, but it's a little bit smaller than trumpet, but basically the same thing.
Okay. Huh. Do you? It says you play first chair. Does that mean do you have to try out against other students?
Yeah,
or
we
something?
have like at the beginning of the year, we always have like this certain kind of music we have to play, and
Okay.
our band teacher, Mr. Ross, has us go play it, and then he listens to it. We actually have to record it, and then he listens to it and he decides what chair you should be. And first is like one of the highest, and second, and so
Okay.
on.
Do you like to march? What do you like better, the symphony or marching?
Marching band.
Now, you're planning on being in the band at the high
Yeah.
school? Do you plan on, when you go to college, are you planning on playing in the band?
Yeah, unless I get into some kind of sport, though. But
You know, that brings to mind a good question, Alex. I remember last night I asked you whether or not you were going to play football or golf, and you told me, because there seems, you said golf, and I told you I thought you were a smart guy. Are you going to be able to, and I'm not saying you shouldn't plan on this, but you're going to be able to play golf and be in marching band? You're going to be a busy guy.
I'm not sure, but my sisters, they actually have a really busy schedule too, so I'm thinking I can do it.
Does she play in marching band?
They did, but they didn't really want to do it this year, though.
Okay.
I have 2 of them.
Okay. So it's just something you may try, huh? I think maybe you ought to try it. You could
Sure,
always-
try it.
Yeah. I just know that I have talked to some students that, play in the marching band, and they have to make the decision that they just think it's too much maybe to do a sport and marching band. But I say go for it.
How did you get into golf, playing golf?
I don't not sure how I got into it, but I just sort of started starting to watch the TV, and then I started liking it, and then I always liked going to the putt-putt and driving range and all that, so, and then I really liked it, and then my parents and my brothers and my sisters, they all got me golf clubs for my last birthday.
Really? Well, you know what? What's great about a guy at your age playing golf and being on a golf team is you're going to get good instruction, and you're not going to do like Dr. Mayo and I did, without anybody to teach us. Start off by doing all the wrong things, and then you have to break those habits to finally, do what you're supposed to do to hit the ball well. So
That's right.
I'm envious of you. So
There's
what
still
else?
a lot of people out there that play that don't really know what they're doing. They've never really studied.
Could
And
be
then-
us.
Well, we try to learn,
Yeah,
and
we
we
read
try to
books.
read and see tapes and things like that. We've even had lessons, but
Yeah.
there's some people that we've seen play and that we've played with. They have the clubs and everything, but they just don't
They
know
look
what
good,
they're
but
doing.
they score 150.
You have to duck to be fast.
Well, one of the
That's
things-
great, though, Triple.
Yeah, with golf, the most important thing is don't start off with bad habits. That's where you get in trouble. But anyway, you're obviously going to be a very, very busy guy. You looking forward to high school?
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet you are. Yeah, but first you're looking forward to going to new junior high.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very fortunate in that. There's probably some of the ninth graders that are at the high school wish that they would have had a chance to attend a new junior high. But I don't know if you realize that the high school is really being renovated too.
Yeah.
It's almost going to be like a new high school finished.
It's going to look like a brand new high school.
Yeah. It says, now you plan to go to school. What school are you thinking about? Someday college, I'm referring
I would actually like to go to the University of Michigan.
to. Why University of Michigan?
I would like to study law. That'd be nice.
Yeah, study law.
Become a lawyer.
Are you a big Michigan fan when it comes to
Oh,
football
yeah.
games and everything like that?
Especially the Michigan-Ohio State game,
Yeah, oh yeah, very much so. How about when Michigan plays Michigan State?
Michigan.
It's one or the other.
Do you know that Mr. Ross used to play in the marching band at Ohio State? Okay.
Oh,
This time we had to sort of, rub it in his face a little bit that Michigan won.
I'll bet
Yeah.
you did.
Oh, yeah.
Did he take it well, or?
He just always started laughing when we brought it up.
That was, yep, they thumped them good. That was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, I asked you last night about becoming a lawyer or anything. Nothing special had caused you to want to be a lawyer? Huh?
Not really. I mean, my parents always say that I have good arguing skills, so.
Good. That'll.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. You seem like somebody who is very, very well spoken for your age. It says here they said here that you were a great student, that you were friendly, trustworthy, respectful, and a very supportive student. And then they said something that I don't always hear about Students of the Month. It says here you're always willing to go the extra mile to get things done.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what kind of specific things they were referring to, maybe?
I'm not sure exactly what they're talking about, but I'm like, if I want something done, and like most people wouldn't just keep going because it's like so hard, I'd just like to keep going and get it done because I like getting things done.
You sound to me like you're a real doer. That's.
Mhm.
Have you held any jobs yet? You're probably not at your age.
No.
Right? Yeah, well, you got plenty of time for that. It said that you're an excellent role model for other students at Beecher. I would say, Alex, this is, they obviously you do a very great job. And one last thing I'd like to say about you, this young man, when I interviewed him at the Board of Education meeting, we always at one point shake hands. Man, living, I couldn't believe his handshake. Did your dad and mom teach you that?
No.
You just developed a firm handshake.
Mhm.
Well, that's important in business and everything. If you shake somebody's hand, you grip it firmly.
My mom did say a little bit,
Here, shake. Here, let me see. Yeah, he does shake. Do that again. Okay. That's a strong
important.
hand.
Not everybody learns that.
My mom did say a little bit, when he goes to shake your hand, make sure it's a nice one.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are some people that give you the fish
Yeah.
handshake.
See, you almost broke his hand last time, so you don't want to, you don't want to break the principles.
Wince.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, it's been very nice interviewing you, and we want to wish you success, and I hope you enjoy the new junior high, but I'm sure you will.
Mhm.
All right? So thanks for being with us today.
You're welcome.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. Next, we have the Student of the Month representing Webb Junior High, and that's Megan Kosick. And did I pronounce that right, Megan?
Yes.
Yep. And Megan, you're in what grade at Webb?
I'm in 8th.
You're in the 8th grade, too, so you'll be heading for the high school next year.
She's the last Webb student.
And yes, just as we talked to Alex from Beecher about being the last student from Beecher, you are the last student from Webb Junior High to be interviewed and chosen as the Student of the Month. Do you feel pretty important?
It feels pretty good, yeah.
Is it exciting right now, the thought of moving? Are you looking forward to that?
I am. I'm looking forward to the move. I think it'll be like a great start, obviously the new year.
Now, have you seen the new school?
No.
Oh,
Just
you're
the
going to be.
outside, yep.
Oh, I can't wait to see your face because I'm going to be there that first day. I want to see everybody's face. I'm looking
So you
forward
haven't
to
seen
that.
the inside at all?
Nope, not yet.
Yeah, probably hardly any Webb kids have, just some Beecher kids because of the location. What is the reaction of some of the kids at Webb in terms of now all of a sudden where they were, have you run into any students where they were just a few blocks away and all of a sudden they got to go quite a ways? Have you heard anything about that?
Some of my friends, they live close to Webb,
Okay.
but most of them have kids that go to the high school, so it's not that big of a deal.
So they're going to
either.
get rides or something like that, huh? That hasn't been an issue, I guess.
No,
then, huh?
no.
Not too much.
But, yeah, I would think maybe there might be a few students that would be disappointed because they live close to Webb. But you know what? There are some students really who have gone to Webb who are really closer to Beecher.
Right, right.
Because I've run into
Yep.
some.
I'm one of them.
Are you one of them?
Yep, I live
Okay.
right across the street. I live across 9 Mile,
Oh, okay.
so pretty
yeah.
close.
Yeah, you are.
I've had some parents call me and try to see if they can get us to allow their kids to go to, or their son or daughter to go to Beecher, for instance, because they were closer. But
Yeah.
at any rate, it hasn't been a big problem. Well, you, I got to ask you this. I bet you $5 you're Tim's sister, aren't you?
Oh, yep.
Ah, I thought so. Tim, for you, Dr. Mayo, he's a senior at the high school, very successful. He's a drum major and involved in a lot of activities. And when I saw the name Kosick, I figured Tim. So then, Tim is your older brother, and you have a younger brother then, too?
Yes,
right?
I do. Matthew.
Matthew? Where's Matthew go to school?
He goes to Webb. He's a 7th grader.
Oh, okay. So he's going to get 2 years, or 1.5 years anyway, in the new junior
Yep.
high. Yeah. Well, that's exciting. Now, you went to Hazel Park School since 2nd grade?
Yeah, I started out at Hoover, and then I went to Clark in 3rd grade.
Okay. And then stayed with Clark until you went to Webb, huh?
Yes.
Where'd you go in the first or kindergarten, first grade?
I went to Miller in Centerline.
Oh, in Centerline, okay. Then your family obviously moved to Hazel Park and from there. You are in the band, which doesn't surprise me because your brother's so active in band. You're going to be active in band too, I presume? You're going to be in
hopefully.
marching band and everything?
Yep.
Good. And your band director, Mrs. D, she said some really nice things about you. And Mrs. D, this is her, what, first year?
First year.
Yeah. Yeah, so you must have made a real impression upon her. Says you're first chair trombone, right?
Yeah.
You know what, I have a question for you. I just, in talking to Alex, again, the representative from Beecher, we're talking about being first chair and so forth. You got to compete against somebody, you have to play, right, to get chosen?
Yes.
Okay, now all of a sudden, you're going to be part of Hazel Park Junior High, so what does that mean now?
You're going to have to try out again for
Yeah.
chairs.
More competition, huh?
Yep.
Is that bad or good? Or?
It'll be challenging, but
Yeah.
it'll be a better accomplishment
Sure.
for more chairs.
Yeah.
Now, you've been playing trombone for how long?
3 years.
For 3 years. And what made you decide to have trombone? Because that's unusual for girls to play
Yeah.
trombones. There's not a lot.
I don't really know, but
Are you the only female trombone player?
in my grade, yes.
Okay,
There's one other in 7th grade, I
Good.
think.
good.
But I don't really know what got me started on trombone. I just was interested and I tried it and I liked it,
Good.
so I stuck with it.
Good for you.
What instrument does Tim play?
And Tim's contrabass, bass clarinet, and
Okay.
clarinet.
Now,
He's a woodwind,
Yeah.
and
And
she's
electron.
brass. Yeah,
Dr. Mayo's, he's an old band student from
yeah.
Hazel Park High.
Right.
Were you in a marching band?
Yes. Sax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you marched too?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm always impressed with people who are involved in marching band. You know, I don't know if you were listening to when I was talking to Alex, but are you planning on playing a sport or something too in the fall?
Probably basketball.
Basketball, that'll be during the winter, though, so you'll be all right. Because,
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's pretty difficult to do the old marching band number and also, something after school, you get pretty tired. But at any rate, it's just for our listeners there, it says that Mrs. D said, "You are a wonderful student who excels musically and academically. She is lead trombone in the jazz band, is going to the solo and ensemble festival. With 2 ensembles, her enthusiasm seems endless, and she's never afraid to volunteer for extra activities or to offer her help." So, like I say, Mrs. D is pretty high on you. You're a part of TAG, right? I got to ask you one quick question, and then we got to wrap it up pretty
Okay.
soon. It said here that you participate as part of TAG class in the Knowledge Master Open. What is that?
It's like a competition. Have you heard of DI? Destination Imagination?
Oh, okay.
Where they compete against other schools. Well, this one you do at your own school, but on the same day as other schools. And you get a disc, and you answer a bunch of questions, like having to do with different topics, math, science,
Oh, really?
school, and out of school related to news and everything. And you get graded on how fast you answer the question and your accuracy. And I think we did pretty well, considering this was our first year. And I enjoyed it a lot. It
Really?
was-
Now, are your
good.
scores in compared to other schools or something like that?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm not positive.
Oh. That sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like it. You know that sometimes, like when you play Trivial Pursuit or so forth, I can get the answers, but I can't get them quick enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are always faster.
I know. Well, Megan,
Well, she's going to, I wanted to talk to her about being a vet, because you are looking forward to going to Michigan State
Yeah.
after
I've heard they
graduation from
have
high school,
Good.
a veterinarian.
School, yes.
What makes you want to be a veterinarian?
I enjoy working with pets, and I have two, like I said earlier, a dog and a cat.
Dog and a cat. Now, did you have the dog and the cat when they were babies, from when they were young?
The cat was about 2 months old when we got him, and our dog is presently 9 years old.
Oh, okay.
So he's,
So how did they adjust when they first came together? Did they get along okay?
yeah, the cat wanted to work with the dog and like smell him out, but the dog just kind of walked away. It was kind of funny. but
They didn't
they were
fight,
just nope. They were pretty energetic.
My cat beats up on my dog's got a little old. In his younger days, he would have given our cat a run for her money, but now they get along just fine.
Oh.
It's kind of really something. I never thought a dog and a cat would get along,
Yeah, yeah.
and they really do.
That's cool. Well, Megan, yeah, Michigan State is known for the veterinarian program. In fact, I've
Yeah.
seen the building and everything where it's at, so that's good. Well, Megan, it was a pleasure interviewing you today, and
Thank you.
want to wish you all the success in the world, and hope you enjoy the new junior high, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the high school soon as well. Okay.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
And now it's our pleasure to interview the student of the month representing the high school, the month of December, and that's Michael Combs. Mike, good to have you here.
Thanks. Good to see you.
Is it okay to call you Mike?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Mike, you, I remember in talking to you last night at the Board of Education meeting, and I think you have been one who's been in our system for all 13 years, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you give us a little background where you started and where you went and so forth?
Well, like preschool, I went to cars at Ford.
I didn't even know that,
wow.
preschool.
Yeah, that's
All right.
something.
Well, that's not even part of your 13.
It's way far back, and then
Was I there as principal? Do you remember? You
No,
were a
I
little
don't
kid. You
remember.
probably. I was there.
Oh, you probably were. I don't really.
Yeah, you were a
remember.
little kid. Yeah,
He was a rugrat.
yeah.
And then I had I went through kindergarten through 6th grade at United Oaks Elementary,
Okay. So how long were you at Ford? Just
Just for the 1 year.
just for the
Yeah, first
cars program.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a good program.
All right. And then United Oaks, and then
Beecher,
and
and
now
that's-
to the high school. Well, you know, Mike's. You've had an extremely successful career, and I was asking you this last night. Mike has a 3.97, and whenever I see that, I always wonder which course got him. What course was it again, Mike?
Physics.
Yeah. Did you get like a B plus or something?
Yeah, it was close.
Did you? Some students, and I admire the fact that you didn't do that, because you told me last night you didn't. Some students go in and try and pressure their teacher, and
It wasn't really too big of a deal for me. I mean,
Oh, the pressure's off now.
yeah.
well, and you know what, Mike, I worry about sometimes students who have 4 points, because sometimes not all students, but a lot of students lose perspective, and that you're really there to get the best education you can get. A 3.97 will take you anywhere, but some students get so hung up on being a valedictorian and getting the 4 point that sometimes
Yeah.
they'll almost become obsessed with it, and that really isn't the important thing. So.
Yeah, it was never really about that, so it didn't really bother me too much.
Good, good. Some of the things that you're involved in is, according to the write-up here, is National Honor Society, and as your vice president there, president of the Advanced Placement Club, and for our listeners out there, maybe you ought to tell them what the Advanced Placement Club is.
It's just a club we have for the advanced placement program because we need to raise money for the test because tests are quite costly. They're about $80 an advanced placement test.
Correct.
And usually we get some funding from like TAG program, but the funding hasn't been as high this year. So we're even trying to do a little bit more to raise
really?
money for the advanced placement test because some students have trouble affording
Sure.
them and things like that. So
Right.
we do bagel sales to raise money, and we did a benefit concert not too long ago, which we made pretty good money off of.
Did
like
you?
$700 just
Really?
from the benefit concert. So.
Yeah, tell Dr. Mayo what the benefit concert was. It was just local bands, wasn't
Mhm. It was
Oh, it's nice.
it's bands from here at the high school.
it? Yeah, any student at the high school that was associated with one band, they came in and they played for a while and they charged admission. That was on a Friday night, I think?
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was last Friday or 2 Fridays ago.
Yeah. And you made $700, huh?
But, mhm.
Wow, that's good.
Whose idea was that? Mr. Etheridge's? or from the student?
Mine and Kyle's actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Kyle's
good
too?
idea.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's
That'll
vice
work.
president, so.
Okay. Are you a member of the Earth Club, Gold Card Club? Again, for our listeners, Gold Card Club is a club that recognizes and rewards students with high GPAs and participate in track and football during your freshman and sophomore years. Then you've been very active in the community, too, in terms of, Walk Across America, Homework Play, et cetera, et cetera. But let me get on to something here that you did this summer, which was really noteworthy, and I think you enjoyed a lot. Can you tell the listeners what happened this summer?
Oh, well, I was selected after some sort of process I'm really not aware of, but I was selected from Senator Levin's office to be nominated for a congressional page at the House of Representatives. And then from there I was selected by the House. But a certain, like 70, I think 72 students across the United States got to be pages for the United States House of Representatives. Basically, we just ran errands, ran things back and forth from the House floor to different buildings, back to like the cloakroom, things like that. It's a big
What was the
service
period
for
of time that you were there?
It was 3 weeks in June.
In June.
Mhm.
And what were you ever in Washington, D.C. before?
Yeah, that was like my third time there.
Well, great.
Yeah, we visited there a couple times. Actually, the year before, I was there for like a Congressional Student Leadership Conference.
Wonderful.
Oh, so that probably helped you get this job too, I bet, didn't it?
Yeah, probably a little bit.
But this was a different perspective. You were really inside.
Yeah.
And I know Mr. Meisinger asked you last night, but can you tell us some of the politicians that you met?
Well, I ran into some of the senators, but I didn't really work for any of them. So, like, I ran into Hillary Clinton, and I saw like Joseph Lieberman, people like that. But as for the House floor, I actually interacted with a lot of the big House people. Like, I met Nancy Pelosi, Democratic leader. Of course, Senator Levin, because he was my.
What did you learn the most from that experience that you can take with you?
Or what was the most, maybe if not what you learned, maybe what surprised you or something?
Well, it surprised me a lot how really unorganized the whole thing is. Like, you see it on TV, and it seems like this this big set thing, and a lot of people are just, there's congressmen always running around trying to get things done, and
well, somebody's up
secretaries trying to make
speaking
them
too,
forward.
right?
Yeah, someone will be up speaking.
And
Then
nobody-
they call for
nobody
the,
will
then
pay
they
any
call for the
attention.
vote, then all of a sudden everyone
Yeah,
shows.
there's
right?
really only like maybe 15 people on the floor, maybe like 15 to 20 a lot of the times when people are speaking, but they make it seem like everybody's there. Then when they do the votes, everybody comes in. And
So how many, again, I'm not real good at history, how many people would be there to vote approximately?
435.
435.
Yeah.
So there might only be 15 or 20 down there? And then when the
Yeah.
vote comes, there'll be about
Yeah.
400
It depends.
something.
Like
so-
sometimes there's more if it's like a really big debate. Like towards the end of when I was there, they did the Medicare debate,
Oh.
and it was basically packed, and it was there till like 2, 3 in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you able to attend any special subcommittee meetings,
we-
hearings?
We could have, but a lot of them were while we had to work. So a lot of them were during work hours. We worked from 9 to 5. So if we didn't have to work, like there's some days where it was like Flag Day where we only had to go like half the day, or because we had to do flags, we had to like put flags away or something. So if we could do whatever we wanted after that, so we could go to like subcommittee meetings, but I didn't get a chance to attend any.
You didn't get paid for this, did you? Or did
Yeah,
you?
I did.
You did?
Mhm.
In addition to your housing and everything?
Yeah, it was. They just took the money off the paycheck for the housing.
Okay.
Great experience for you, and
okay.
I'll kind of move ahead, and we can kind of fit in between that. But you do want to be a teacher someday,
Yeah.
political science. Why wouldn't you consider going into politics? Or
It just
you think
uh,
you would someday?
possibly. I'd like to stay more like the local politics type thing, maybe local, but it just seems really like messy, and I don't know. There's a lot of bad things that kind of happen involved with it. And
Well, you know what? To be a politician,
Oh, sure.
oh man, to have to run around and continually solicit votes and whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
stuff.
politics can be dirty business
sure.
at times if you're going to be successful. And
Sure.
I don't know. I think you told last night one of your goals maybe is to become a college professor too
Yeah.
someday. And
Be great.
is there a particular teacher that's been somewhat of a role model to you?
yeah, Mr. Etheridge has always really been
Not
someone I
surprised
look
you
up
said
to.
that.
So
Yeah, I thought that's probably where you got your idea because he's a great teacher. Could have been a college professor
Yeah.
too.
Oh, sure. You know, and you've had a good opportunity here to take college classes also, haven't you? Now, that was through U of M Dearborn?
yeah, last year I took a political science class at U of M Dearborn, and then this year, so I just finished my humanities class at Macomb, and then next semester I'm enrolled in 2 political science classes at U of M Dearborn.
Terrific.
Now, are they harder than the AP classes here?
Well, yeah, because they're actually like the one I took last year was an upper level course. It
Oh.
was I think a 300 level course. So
Wow.
So you'll get college credit.
Mhm.
Wow, that's terrific.
Plus, he can get college credit by taking the AP
Yeah.
exams.
Now, where are you planning on attending college?
U of M Dearborn.
Good for you. Good for you.
You gonna live at home then?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, that's good. Well, okay. I'll tell you what, Mike, it's been a pleasure having you here today, and you've certainly been successful, and want to wish you continued success, okay?
Yeah.
Best of luck
Thank
to you.
you.
Mike.
Yep, and thank you very much. Now we'd like to introduce to you our second student of the month from the high school, and that's Molly Love. And Molly, we were supposed to be interviewing you last month, but you were unable to make it, so we're really happy to have you here today. And Molly, like all our students, you're chosen for your high academic record, involvement in all kinds of extracurricular activities. And before we speak more of that, though, can you tell us where you went to school all the way through? Have you been with Hayes Park School System all the
No,
years? Okay. Give us a little background.
I moved out here in 6th grade and went to Edison, and then I went to Webb Junior High in high school.
Okay. Where were you before the 6th grade?
St. Jude's, it's a Catholic school in northeast Detroit.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, so you've always lived in Hazel Park?
No.
Oh, you lived
We
in
moved here in
Detroit?
6th grade.
St. Jude's, okay. Oh, well, and then now you've been here for quite a few years. Webb Junior High and then on to the high school. Molly, you have a 4.0. How many seniors do we have with 4 points now? Do you know?
I think just 2,
Just two. You and?
Rachel Napier.
Okay, Rachel. You and Rachel. Oh, yeah, you two study together.
Yeah, we have every class together.
Do you actually study with each other then?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I think Rachel told us that too
Mhm.
when we interviewed her some time ago. Is that right? How much study time do you put in usually per day, would you say?
Depends on the day and what I have to do. Usually a couple hours a week.
Yeah. Well, that's not bad. It's only a couple
No.
hours a week?
Yeah, things just usually come naturally to me. I don't
Really?
need to study too much.
Wow, you're
They
lucky.
didn't come
Yeah.
naturally to me.
Me either. Me either.
And we have had some students in your position who have indicated they have to study a lot of hours. You've known some students, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, that's you must have a pretty high IQ. Do you know? Have you ever?
No,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Yeah, good point. I agree with you. Yeah. Otherwise, if you get a high IQ, then you're thinking, well, man, I should be achieving like
Yeah.
crazy. And then if you get a low IQ, then you think, well, I'm not real smart, so therefore, I think it's a good point. Can you tell us about some of the? You're involved in a lot of things here at the high school. Yeah, can you, off the top of your head, list some here? We have them here on paper, but
And NHS, I'm the president, and I'm in.
that's a big responsibility.
Yeah, I'm in AP club and Gold Card club and SAD and marching band and jazz band.
See if you can get them all. I got another one here that you missed.
Um,
Photography club.
photography and drama.
SAD.
SAD.
Holy Toledo. How do you?
Jazz band.
Yeah.
Wow, symphony band. You gosh, you're a section leader.
I think you may be one of the. I don't know if I've seen his.
And look at all the community stuff. She's in the National Honor
Incredible.
Society Homework Place, Hoover School PTA Fun Fairs.
Let me ask you this: we have a lot of clubs here at Hayes Park High, as you know. The photography club. What types of things do you do there? Is Mr. Jervis? handling
Yeah,
your
I'm not
photography?
really too involved in it this year
Okay.
so much. Well, hardly any, because I have so many other things going on.
Right.
But last year, you take pictures and develop them with black and white film.
Okay. And then you kind of ever share them and analyze them,
Yeah.
that type of thing. Do
I
we
think-
develop our own pictures here?
Yeah.
I think it's
I'm
great.
the principal of the school. I don't even know
Yeah,
for.
but you know what? I
we
think
still have the dark room going.
Yeah.
I think it's great that you have so many clubs.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's we're one of the high schools that you have so many clubs, and then you know what's really great about it is that you have the teaching staff here that's willing, volunteers their own time to do these clubs, and it's great for the students.
Even like Mr. Fulcher, I mean, there's a lot of time with the National Honor Society, and he doesn't
Yes.
get paid anything. And I know in a lot of schools they do, but you know, we just are in a wealthy school district, so we have to depend upon these teachers to giving of their time, and they do that. You obviously like softball quite a bit, huh?
Yeah.
Played softball for 4 years.
Good for you.
You gonna play again this year?
Probably.
Yeah. And the powder puff football in the 11th grade. Everybody always loves the old powder puff football, man. Well, tell us about, now, we were talking to you before, about the fact that you volunteer a lot of time to the community and so forth, which is really commendable. And we asked you before this interview about the foster animals that you get involved in.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
My mom works at the Michigan Humane Society in Detroit, and so there's so many animals and not enough cages to put them up for adoption. So if an animal doesn't weigh enough or it needs to go on medication or something, they can't put them up for adoption, but there's not enough room to keep them there. So they come home with an employee, and my mom brings them home, and we take care of them
Oh, for
until they
Christ's
go
sake.
back.
Until they get a little larger and
Yeah.
healthier?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, how do they, okay, so these are animals that they don't plan to euthanize, obviously, huh? Huh, just
Or
until they get a
they're
cage.
trying not to euthanize them.
Yeah. Does your mom say, do they have to euthanize
A
a
lot.
lot?
There's
Yeah,
so
it's really
many.
sad.
It's
That's
Yeah.
sad. Yeah, that is sad.
All the more reason for people to get their pets and animals neutered and so
Yeah.
forth, because that is so sad. Some really nice animals.
Yeah.
Oh, well. It says here, what's with the Daughters of American Revolution Good Citizens Award that you got? What's that?
I guess I got nominated for it for
Okay.
the school, and so I got the award. And then I had to write an essay that was timed, and it got sent in. And I don't know how I did on that yet.
Oh, okay. It was timed, huh?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Finalist for the Michigan Competitive Scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Nominated for the Lions Club Undergraduate Award. That's really some good stuff there. Now, you are going to go to school where?
I want to go to U of M.
Have you applied?
Yes, but I haven't gotten anything yet.
Do you expect to get accepted?
I hope so.
I would think so. With a 4-point, is
Yeah.
your ACT score decent?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I don't understand why you wouldn't get chosen. And it says that you want to go with a career in medicine, huh?
Probably. I'm
Any
not
reason what
sure.
made you choose that?
No, I want to help people somehow, and
Very good.
I like science a lot.
Well, that'll help.
You like the chemistries
Yeah.
and the maths, and well, that's the key.
That's the key. Sure is.
I talked to some students, who say they want to go into medicine or veterinarian school, and yet then I know that they really aren't, tackling the upper level maths and the upper level sciences, and I think some further down the line they're probably going to get a little discouraged, but that's terrific. Well, as you wrap up your high school career, because it's going to come fast the end of the year. As you think back on it, what do you think you enjoyed the most or appreciated the most? Or
Probably band
band?
a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We hear that quite a
That's
bit.
that's interesting, and you've had a new band director this
Mm-hmm.
year, and that's went real well. I was impressed. I went to the concert the other evening, and I thought they did really well there. And are you thinking about playing in the band at U of M? Did you
Yeah,
get-
I want to be in like campus bands. I don't want to major in music or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
That would
Campus
be
bands,
great.
You get a little bit of credit for that too.
Yes.
I know,
Yeah,
don't you?
I think so.
Yeah.
Elective
yeah, I think
credit.
You definitely should. One last question about the band. You're a section leader.
Yeah.
Mr. Elstone, he's trying to give our section leaders a lot more responsibility than they've had in the past, isn't he? Do you like that idea?
Yeah, I think it gives students more of a chance to run the band.
And be leaders. Yeah, I know that's one thing that
great.
we've seen a change in. Well, Molly, our time is up. It was really nice having you here today. Keep up all your successful work. The contributions you've given to school and community is really something. And all I can say is keep up the good work, but don't tire yourself out here now. Okay?
Enjoy the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And with that, then, we thank you for coming, and thank you.